You won't be harmed. You will be turned loose in the Savage Lands with ample water, ample food. You'll be allowed to ride back to Carthel, although I would advise not to.
Alright, another question. What has Dardishio done that angers you?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Stone kind of pipes up at this and says, she's asking because her family's inside Okarthel and she doesn't want them to die to your hands like mine has.
Again, your family did not die to my hands.
Stone's still
And
glaring at him.
that is
I know
and that
how
is
they
perfectly
die.
fine. If she doesn't want if she doesn't want to help me and she doesn't want her family to die, she is more than welcome to walk out that gate, get a wagon, go back, get her family, and live within Bronze Cap's city. He has very good relations with the gnomes. He's had absolutely no trouble with them, and he's going to be in one of the best situations to be in after all this settles.
Stone looks at him and says, here's my deal. You can take it or you can have my head. There is no other option in this case. You will not get my help. You will not get any of my kin's help if you turn me down. You will find a way to either bring my daughters back or you will kill Bronzecap and take his city for me. Only then will I help you.
I could arrange to have, by the end of this, I believe I'll have enough resources to have your daughters brought back.
Then you will have my help. And I want my two sons that decide to betray me in chains before you leave.
One of them, I will not, just because of the reason why he betrayed you.
I don't care.
The,
That is the deal.
well, look at it this way. What would you do if somebody took your mother against her will and she birthed you and got to sit and you got to see your mother suffer day after day after day? Would you not want to kill this man?
She was given a position as a concubine. I offered it to her. She had already I protected her
That's
from being
not how.
taken by a horde of men. It was her choice. I gave her that, and she chose. What Raza says is
That's
what he believes.
again. That's what he believes. Would you, if that's what you believe, would you not do the same thing?
No, I would never turn against my own kin.
Hmm.
Stone glares at him in a challenging way to see if he knows anything about him.
You're lying. What's worse, I know you're lying.
Stone smiles and says, you don't know me.
I know enough, and you're not that impressive.
Fine, take Raza with you. I don't care. Aiden will be brought to me in chains, and I want my daughters back as your only option. You bring me that, I will do whatever I have to help you take Dardishio's head.
Absolutely. The second Dardishio's head is mounted on his wall. I'll have your daughters brought back. Aiden will be brought to you in chains.
And I want a written contract of it. Sorry.
He'll be alive. He'll be alive and well, so you can do whatever you want to him. I don't care.
Stone looks at the group and says, well, Fizzbop, I would suggest you with Theoden head back to Okarthel and make sure your your families are taken care of. And for the rest of you, you're welcome to stay with me while I help this orc. However, just note that if you stick around, the next place I'm going after this, after Dardishio's dead and the wall's brought down, is straight to Bronzecap.
There's a problem with that one.
What's the problem?
You are not going to be able to touch Bronzecap. I'm not saying this as if I'm going to stand in your way. I'm not. I'm saying this as if you did, everyone in your bloodline would likely be wiped out.
Why, has he gained godly power?
Oh, no. He hasn't gained godly power. I'm saying this because he has the largest right to power in both the Savage Lands and Eremos. This was all Orcish land, and it was Magnus land. I'm doing what I can to make sure that the dwarves and the Savage Lands are not wiped out.
Then convince him to bend the knee. Stone looks and says, I will be king. That is my rule. If I bend the knee to him, he'll take my head at a second's notice, and that will lose all power to the Savage Lands in my own domain.
As I said, I'm not getting involved in the conflict between you and Bronzecap.
Stone.
I'm advising you that it would be a poor choice.
Fine. Stone looks and says, well, we'll work on getting Dardishio's head. That is our first goal. And Stone looks at the rest of the group and says, does everyone here agree in this case?
If you all wish to barter, name your prices.
What use could we be?
Distraction. I know you found my orcs in the city.
Oops.
I know that because of Gobram's mate.
Oops. I'm happy I didn't flirt with her.
So,
okay, Urist is going
I also know that you are looking to take the temple as a base of operations.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, you can hide dwarven and orcish assassins within the temple, because that temple is actually very important to me. I'm not telling you why in case one of you decides to betray me. Not that it would stop much, it would just really, really piss me off.
I'm thinking if that's going to be a safe house, if I place my family there, can I guarantee they will be safe?
I will give you your own contingents of orcish guards or dwarven guards. Bronzecap would be more than willing to do that.
Because it would be highly unsafe for me to guide them just out beyond the walls. I think that would be my best course of action.
About 95% of the orcish tribes are with me. I can have half orc smugglers bring them to Bronzecap's domain, or you can have them in the safe house. It is up to you. You have two options.
Well, I don't know much about this Bronzecap, so I'll go with the safe house for now.
Very well.
Out of curiosity. Stone's gonna look at him and say, what are you... Why is my mic echoing? Oh. What are you gonna do with the city after you take Dardishio's head?
Well, if one of you betrays me and I learn of it, and trust me, I will, I'll have the city razed, looking for you. I will have everyone slaughtered that tries to resist, and it will be turned, most likely, into a haven for orcs after that. However, if you all cooperate, everything goes as planned, then the city will just be left as it stands. I will establish a council as it will be resting between three territories.
Good place for trade.
Stone looks at it
It
and
is.
says, I would rather take it under my own control if I'm able to offer my 20,000 soldiers to help out in this.
That does not sit well with myself. It would not sit well with Bronzecap or the King of Eremos.
Then the deal will be this, then. If I am allowed Ocartho, I will bend my knee to Bronzecap and help him take his throne. But I want Ocartho and Stonehold to be mine. This way, when we do decide to go to war, I will have prime position to be able to lead the charge. And Ocartho, whether you like it or not only is a trade city, but is a great place for recruiting soldiers and has a high population.
I will think on this. However, I'm still heavily leaning towards a rulership of a council rather than one person holding a very heavily fortified trade city.
Yes, but if it's ruled by a council, then you'll have no one that will be willing to. Then there'll be four full factions, including the council, on the continent of Ear, and that will lead to more war and more bloodshed.
No, it will not. And I can tell you why. Because no one is going to want to stand against my word.
What makes you so divine? Who are you?
I'm just an orc. I'm an orc that wants something. I'm an orc that wants someone dead. If there's one thing orcs are really, really good at, it's killing things.
Stone just looks at the group
That,
and says,
and I was
oh,
able.
sorry.
That, and I was able to just waltz directly into Stonehold.
It's because I
Right.
wasn't here.
I would have still been able to. You would have walked out of that gate to champion.
No. I would have made you
Champion for
siege me.
Then everybody would have died, and I still would have had your city.
Stone just smiles and says, we'll see about that next time. But fair enough as far as it goes.
What about you, Druid?
Olivia.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here. I've
Okay.
been listening.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. Quill frowns. She's like, let's see, what is she gonna say? Hold on.
Well, while you take a second to think